draw the whole body, right? But listen, if you ever decide, hey, I want to draw the whole body, just remember in the back of your head, it's okay if it looks wonky as you move it. Why? Because our body kind of deforms a little bit as we move. So it actually makes it look more fluid. So don't be too, don't make it too stiff. You know what I'm saying? Just, go with the flow. Trust the process. Cause like I can tell you when it comes down to like me dancing, like you can see how wonky it gets. Like there's a lot of anatomy problems on the bottom piece. But when like you're looking dead on, you don't notice those things. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like all that can be okay for stuff like moving the whole body. So just remember that when you're just drawing, even if I go like back here, like you can see this one looks perfect and then this one kind of looks weird. That one looks weird, but it's good. That even looks weird. But it's still a process and it makes it look more better. Like it just does that whole like more fluid feel, even though it's kind of weird. Like this side profile is weird, her back, and then this side profile is kind of weird, but it still works, you know what I'm saying? Because it looks like it's moving as it goes, it makes the wonkiness kind of helps it. So like, if you see things like that in Naruto, you see how Naruto looks dope, it's because they make things look wonky so that it could work, Yeah, I try to understand how to get away with the small things and action frames you really need to account for. Yes. So oh, thank you so much, Darius. Like you have keyframes when you have action frames. I just don't know how to do it properly. Yeah, your brain will really put together a lot of the finer details. Exactly. And like for this drawing that I did, I didn't do it like, how like regular people do it. So like you see this, I actually was like, okay, I want her to do this, right? So if I wanted her to do this, I'll do this action first and then I'll do this action next. And then I'll make like an onion skin so I can see how both look, and then I will do the in between so she could look like she's doing like that dab, you know what I'm saying? So, if you cannot put it together, always do the first and last frame and then match it up together like an onion skin, and then draw on top what will be the middle part of that. You could do 2 frames or 1 frame and it will make it work, especially depending on like depending on how fast you want it to go. So if you want it to be like a quick little bop, it's like 3 frames. But if you want like a whole bap, you know what I'm saying, you got to add like 2 to 3 more frames in between those two, so that you can make it like, so she could look like she's doing that, that bap, So you see how like this kind of like is like slower, and that's just because she's doing it like that. But even if you look at it, you can see it's still a quick motion. You know what I'm saying? So it depends on like what you're trying to do so that you could make it look like she's doing something. Yeah, the more frames, the smoother, but less action in it. Yeah. So, the more frames, it looks smoother. And it can also determine the speed, because your eyes are doing the whole thing. Your eyes are doing the magic, And then, if you have lesser frames or like less action and stuff like that, you can always get away with 2 or 3. And it will not be bad because your eyes are basically focusing on like maybe like for the one that you was doing, which was the blinking of the eyes and then like it doing this and then back like this. That was pretty dope. So like that's why it worked so well. So yeah.